So if you're charged in state court for possession of child pornography, in all likelihood, it'll be classified as a Class C felony, which is punishable by up to 5 years in prison, 2 years of probation, and up to a $5,000 fine. What makes it a felony would be if the images or the videos are of a child under the age of 12. If the child is over the age of 12 and under the age of 16, then the child, that would be a Class D offense, like David. Over the age of 16, it would not be possession of sexually explicit material, which is what we refer to it in Maine as, or commonly known as child pornography. So if you're charged with a Class C felony, in all likelihood it's because one or more of these images or videos involve a child under the age of 12 years old. If you're charged with possession of child pornography in Maine and it's in state court, you're probably looking at a floor of somewhere in 6 to 9 month range. That floor can move up quite a bit based on the number of images, the number of videos. Is this a collection? Is this something you've been accumulating over years? Do you have a history of either being in possession of child pornography or other sex type crimes? The number of images and videos are also important. And also the nature of the images and videos. There are some really difficult things to have to watch, both as a prosecutor and as a defense attorney, that could really cause things to be even more aggravated, depending on, again, the nature of the photos and videos obtained. So as a floor, somewhere in that 6 to 9 month range, if you've never been in trouble, could go down, could go up. Again, we're talking a floor, and the maximum penalty would be 5 years in prison. In child pornography cases, this is a crime of intent, specific intent. It was my conscious object to locate, download, and view child pornography. It's not enough to just possess it. The possession, it has to be the intent to possess and view it. So if you are, for example, a Patriots fan and you want to go and you're downloading a bunch of videos of Tom Brady, Super Bowl champion, and in that folder of videos is a child pornography video that you open and view, they have to prove it was your intent to download and view that and possess it, not that you viewed it. If all you did was view it, but it was never your intent to view and possess child pornography, well, the government may not be able to convict you of that crime, especially under this type of a scenario, which does happen. Usually, in order to prove intent, they're showing a collection of videos, images, they're sorted. You've got search terms in your browser history indicative of someone looking for child pornography. Lolita, Ray Gold, young girls, teens, those type of searches in the material that's returned as part of those searches will be used as evidence against you that you were, in fact, it was your intent to view and possess child pornography. Oftentimes in child pornography cases, there may be defenses we can actually effectively employ as long as you didn't confess to law enforcement. And what happens? You're not ready for law enforcement to show up at your door with a search warrant. Open the door, sir. We've got a search warrant. Hey, it's come to our attention that you're the only person that lives here. Yes, I am. Are you the subscriber to the internet here? Yes, I am. Anybody else live in the house? No. You share the space with anybody? No. All right, well, we've got a search warrant. We think you've been in possession of child pornography. Does this image look familiar? Suddenly you are on your heels. You don't know what's going on. You're frightened and you begin to confess. They may say to you, if you just, look, we know you've got a problem. You've never been in trouble before. We've looked into you. We can probably help you. Just tell us if you were looking for this stuff. And then you're like, yeah, I was. I'm in a really bad place and things have been tough with work and my wife just divorced me and I didn't mean to look at this stuff. You've just sealed your fate. But when you are smart and you didn't talk with law enforcement, you got us involved, we may be able to show due to circumstances that the download and viewing of these items, this child pornography, wasn't intentional. It wasn't your intent. You don't have a collection. You don't have a browser search history that would indicate you're looking for this material. You don't make admissions. Now we can argue that if you are downloading enough music or videos online through these peer-to-peer sharing networks, over time, almost anyone is going to accidentally download and even potentially view child pornography because you're downloading hundreds of files. And as long as we can show that you're not building a collection and you're not searching for this stuff, the burden of proof here is on the government. They've got to prove it was your intent. And our defense then becomes there was no intent to possess and view child pornography in your case. If you've been charged with possession of child pornography, whether it's in federal or state court, you're looking at a career-ending injury, even if you're not convicted. Let me be honest with you. Your friends, your family, they're going to view you very differently. Your coworkers, you may lose your job just based upon the allegation alone. Your marriage may end. Your children, at least temporarily, may be taken out of your custody if Department of Health and Human Services and law enforcement believes you may be a risk to the safety and welfare of those children. You may have your entire life turned upside down just by the mere allegation. And even if we can avoid a conviction, at the end of the day, what we can't change are people's perceptions of you just because you were charged. And people view this particular crime really harshly. There is not a lot of sympathy for people who've been accused of a crime involving a child, whether that's a hands-on crime or child pornography. It is viewed, even by people in the prison system, as the worst of the worst type of crimes. So just the allegation alone can destroy everything before you even go to court, your reputation, your future, your marriage. And that's why it's so important to get us involved in the very beginning so that we can hopefully avoid all of these worst case scenarios for you. If you're facing any type of child pornography possession charges, whether it be in state or federal court, you need a legal team, a defense team that's very familiar with handling these type of cases. You need the attorneys at the Maine Criminal Defense Group. Give us a call today and we'll be ready to roll for you.